If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Oh, hi. Good to see you guys. I'm kind of happy, so I thought I'd sing the happy song. What I'm really happy about is that I get to be with you today during the Bible story study time because I haven't seen anyone in such a long time, and I kind of miss your shiny, bright faces. So, hi. If I haven't met you yet, my name's Oma. That means grandma in German. So I go by Oma, or I go by Shar, but it's great to see you and great to be spending this Sunday morning with you. Today we're going to be hearing a story that we hope when you leave will help you always remember that God has a plan for you. And it's really, really good to wait for Him to make that plan happen and not try to make it happen on your own. So the story today involves an older brother and a younger brother. So I'm kind of curious, would you wave at me if you're an older brother or an older sister? And would you wave at me if you're a younger brother or a younger sister? Good. And if you're an only child? Yay, you get to wave too. So first we're going to talk about the older brother. I want you to imagine that all of you are going to be older brothers right now. Now, if you're the older brother, you get all the blessing. You get all the good stuff. Almost all of that goes to you just because you are the older brother. So I want you to imagine that right now your name is Esau, and you are a twin brother to Jacob, but you are the first one to arrive. So you are now the older brother. And let's imagine that I have all of this stuff, all these blessings. I'm going to give them to you, not to Jacob. I'm just going to give them to you because you are the older brother. So younger brothers and sisters, so sad, you did not get the blessings that your brothers did. Not because he was better, just because he was older. That was the rules back then. So the parents' names were Isaac and Rebekah. And God blessed them with these twin boys, Esau the older and Jacob the younger. So I want you to try to imagine, if you don't have siblings, and if you have brothers and sisters, you might know this, how sometimes you just struggle with things. I had 3 brothers, and sometimes we would just really struggle to get along. That would be hard for us. Well, I want you to know that the brothers in this story, they struggled to get along for a really long time. Let's see if you can relate. The babies jostled each other within her, like jostling is fighting for position, even before they were born. And Rebekah said, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of the Lord. And any time when you hear the Lord, that means God. She went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. Usually the younger child would serve the older child. But God told Isaac and Rebekah the opposite was going to be true. So if you were younger, if you're a younger sibling, you're going, "Whoa, go God, love that." But here's the thing. God works in ways that we can't control and in ways that we can't imagine, but we can still trust Him. So here's what happened to the boys. Esau the elder and Jacob the younger. They did not get along. And then when they got to be older, their father got older. And he didn't get around as well, and he could not see very well at all. And one day, Isaac told his eldest son Esau to go and hunt some wild game, that's wild animals, and please make him his favorite stew. Esau loved his father, and he was happy to go out and do that. He loved hunting and being outdoors. And then he said that when Esau got back, he would get the blessing that would make him in charge of the family and get all the good stuff. So Esau went away right away, and he went to find some really good things to hunt so he could make this great stew. But Rebekah, mom, she overheard what Isaac said, and she was like, wait a minute, Jacob is supposed to get the blessing. So even though they were twins, which means born on the same day, they didn't look anything alike. Jacob was really smooth skin, and Esau had lots of hair all over him. So Rebekah said very quietly, so that nobody could hear, here's the plan. Listen carefully and do what I tell you. Go out to the flock, that's where the sheep are. Bring me 2 choice young goats so I can prepare tasty food for your father. And then take it to your father to eat so that he will give you his blessing before he dies. Rebekah cooked up those 2 goats and she fixed his favorite stew. Now, Jacob, this was part of the plan because he knew he wasn't hairy. He got some animal skins and he put them on his arms and he put them like around this area. And he put on one of the stinky old robes that Esau used to wear because Esau was kind of stinky from being outside all the time and hunting and doing all that stuff. So he puts that on and he takes the food to his dad, and his dad, Isaac, sits up because he's so excited about giving this blessing. And he says, Esau, are you serving me a meal? And Jacob says, sure. But you know what? He didn't sound like Esau. So Isaac puts his hand on his arms and he feels the animal skin and he kind of feels around his neck and he sniffs him. And he says, you smell like Esau and you brought me food, so you must be Esau. Here is your blessing. And he gave the blessing that was meant for Esau, the older son, to Jacob, the younger son. When Esau got back from hunting, he made a great stew and he went in to go see his dad, Isaac, awaiting his blessing. And that's when he and his father discovered the truth. Jacob had tricked his father and had stolen the blessing. And here's what it says in God's word about that. His father Isaac asked him when he brought the stew, who are you? I'm your son, he answered, your firstborn, Esau. Isaac trembled violently and he said, who was it that hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him. And indeed, he will be blessed. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with this loud and bitter cry, and he said to his father, bless me too. Bless me too, my father. But his father said, your brother came deceitfully, which means lying, and he took your blessing. Esau was so hurt, and he was really mad. So he got up and he was going to go get Jacob. But you know what? Jacob was out of there. Rebekah, knowing that Isaac and Esau would be really unhappy, she sent him to go live with her brother. Jacob, she said, hurry, get out of here. Esau said, I want to get a chance to get even. Sooner or later, I'm going to get back at him. And he said, one day, I'm going to pay him back. And he was just going to wait till he could do it. Here's the deal. That family was kind of a mess. There was lying going on and scheming and stealing somebody's birthright, which was a huge thing back then. Yikes. Right? Like Rebekah and Jacob, sometimes I think, that I have to grab control of a situation because maybe I don't trust that God can really get it done. But here's the thing. When I take control of it, when you take control of it, when Rebecca and when Jacob took control of it, there's just more struggles and hard feelings. And it takes a whole lot longer to get it all worked out when you try to do it without God. So we can trust, you can trust, I can trust, we all can trust that God has a plan for you and that he's going to have that plan happen. And he has that plan for you just like Jacob and Esau before you were ever even born. So this week, if you feel yourself starting to like rush into something and try to grab a situation and make it happen because you just don't want to wait, I just want to encourage you to take a deep breath and say, I can trust God, that God has a plan for me, and I just need to wait until he reveals what that is for me, okay? Waiting is hard, but if you're waiting on God, it's worth it. He's never in a rush, and he's always just on time with the plan he has for you. So my friends, great to see you. I'm looking forward to a time when we can all dance and hug and sing and all that. But until then, just know I keep dancing and singing in my spirit because we have you as part of our church family. And not only does God love you, but we love you with all of our hearts and souls. So have a good week. Have fun Zooming. And hopefully I'll meet with you again soon. Bye-bye.
Come on, clap your hands. Here we go. That's it. Yeah, we're all in this together and we're having fun. We're here to spread the love of God to everyone. Gonna get a little crazy, yeah, a little wild. Here we go now, come give it a try. Move it to the left now. Move it to the right. Find someone you don't know and give them a high five. Stomp your feet louder. Yeah, you guys are doing awesome. Wave your hands up high. Come on. Find somebody else now and give them a high five. Let's go. Here to spread the love of God to everyone. Gonna get a little crazy, yeah, a little wild. Here we go now. Come give it a try. Move it to the left now. Move it to the left now. Move it to the right. Move it to the right. Find someone you don't know and give them a high five. Come on, you guys are moving great. Stomp your feet louder. Stomp your feet. Wave your hands up high. Come on, wave them up. Find somebody